Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Secret Invasion, Season 1, Episode 5, Harvest. Yeah, welcome everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to this shit show of a show. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right, let's get started with this thing, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, good for you. Otherwise, if you still want to be spoiled and really don't care, or you'll care, go and watch it, then come on back. You can pause this and come on back later on. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section afterwards too. All right. Wow. I thought this show was going to get, better, and it didn't. Then I started looking up the guy who's directing this, the showrunner of this, Ali Selim, and this is the guy that you go to when you want to direct, have a competent director direct a episode of episodic TV that's been on like CSI New York or whatever it is. It's been on for 20 fucking years, and no one really gives a shit about episode 55 in season 35 or something like that. This is the guy that you hire in order to direct those episodes, because it doesn't matter. Mainly your audience is already dead in front of the TV anyway. That's who you hire, is this guy. And that's why this series sucks so bad, is because it's not Marvel. It really isn't. It's kind of taken any of the Marvel formula and sucked it right out. So any of the setup that's come before in movies, anything like that, has been wasted on this series whatsoever. And honestly, that's what they're doing, is they're wasting a whole bunch of setup that's gone on for over a decade now at this point, 15 years, and they're wasting it within this series. Not only that, they're wasting actors as well. There are actors in this that are a lot better usually, and they're just being completely and totally wasted. Their characters are being wasted as well. Yeah, this is really just a shit show, because now we've come down to it that we find out why Gravik did not kill Nick Fury, because he needs him now all of a sudden to get something called Harvest. Stop me if you heard this. It's the DNA of all the different heroes of blood that was spilled during the Battle of Earth when they fought Thanos and all that stuff, for the snap. And yeah. So, yeah, that whole thing. So Fury has a vial of the DNA of heroes, and that's what Gravik wants, so he can become super super scroll. I don't know. It's really stupid. It's a very stupid premise. Also, he's leveraging the New Scrollos town that's in Russia. He's made President Ritson aware that this is where the scrolls are located at. And I'm wondering how, now that it's out there that scrolls, that there are shape-shifting aliens that are out there, which is now hit the mainstream news within the series here, and why people haven't put two and two together, that that's not Nick Fury that killed Maria Hill, that it's actually probably a shape-shifting alien instead. Yeah, this is just stupid logic at this point. So much so that Gravik's own followers are trying to kill him. and they try and kill him with a plastic bag over the head, sledgehammer, knives, harsh words, vicious stares, that kind of stuff. And of course, it doesn't work. This has just gone into ridiculousness at this point. The only saving grace out of this entire series has been Olivia Colman as Sonia Fallsworth. And really, her character, if this whole series had been tooled around her, um, finding a mole, trying to find out who the scroll mole was to begin with, and then uncovering this huge plot by episode 3 of what was going to happen, and have Nick Fury cameo in it is what you do. And this would have been such a much better series. It really would have. And Olivia Colman could have carried this entire fucking thing. Instead, we get this is what we're getting now. So Ritson had been thinking about dropping basically obliterating a abandoned nuclear plant in Russia to take out the Skrulls and humans that are living there that are supposedly behind the attack, that of the people that attack. Again, this makes no fucking sense when you start talking about it, when you start talking it out. And yeah, and that's supposed to start World War III. This is just really horribly bad. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have Priscilla, who is married to Fury. She meets up with Gia, who's now got her dad's body and wants to bury him in a Skrull manner, but doesn't know how. So they do that. While Vera is waiting for the hit squad to come and take her out. The Skrull hit squad to take her out. And there is no good reason as to why she's sitting there waiting for them to come take her out. There really is no explanation. Was she working with, was she working with this dude, Gravik, or not? We really don't know. Again, it still hasn't been defined whether or not she was working with Gravik or she wasn't working with Gravik, even though she was taking orders. Yeah, this is the worst written show. This is now the least favorite show of mine of Marvel. This has surpassed Miss Marvel as being the worst written show. It's just everywhere all at once and doesn't make any sense, really. So now there's supposed to be a showdown between Gravik and Nick Fury to bring the Harvest virus, or the Harvest medley soup or whatever it is, to him in New Scrollos, which Ritson might be targeting now. We don't know. Rhodey Skrull, instead of, and this is the other thing too. Rhodey Skrull comes to the hospital where Ritson is at, which Nick Fury had taken Ritson to the hospital. Sorry, I had a little gnat there. And threatens Fury and says, well, the only way you can show that I'm a Skrull is by killing me. And then the exact next scene, you see Sonia Fallsworth shoot her superior officer in the hand, which turns into a Skrull in front of the guys who have weapons drawn on her, to prove that her superior is actually a Skrull, right? Derek is his name. She shoots Derek in the hand. And so really, this makes no sense. I mean, this show is not following its own logic chain. It's also just incoherent. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Gravik fucking changes his mind more than a 3-year-old with ADHD on crack is really what's going on now at this point. And yeah, this is just a horribly fucking written show. Just a waste of time. And you honestly could have told this story in one episode, one 30-minute episode. That's how bad it is, because it's strung everything out so much Yeah, this is just a shit show at this point. Yasi CV says, no, nothing can surpass Miss Marvel. No, this is worse. Miss Marvel actually had a linear storytelling. It just was a shitty show. I mean, it had very low production value on that. So, but yeah, this is a horrible show. I'm gonna finish it out, of course, because I've made it this far, and next week is gonna be the season and hopefully series finale of this because wow, this is just really horribly bad. I'm gonna make a prediction that Maria Hill is gonna be alive and well. That Nick Fury knew it was going on all along. Oh, and this is the other thing too. Nick says that he's not involving any of the other Avengers, the superheroes, because it's personal. That's the reason why he came down from his spaceship to take care of this, is because it's quote unquote personal. It's like, motherfucker, you are losing so much shit. You're not even ahead of the game at this point, unless you're just letting Gravik think he is, and you're doing the classic Nick Fury, let them think they're winning kind of thing, when really I'm 15 steps ahead, which I'm guessing that's what's going to happen at the end here. But honestly, the show is horribly bad. It's horribly written. Um, it makes no sense. It doesn't follow its own logic. The characters suck except for Sonya Fallsworth. Um, Amelia Clark's just a wasted. I mean, just completely wasted in this series. You know, um, she shows up and basically whines, is what she does. She shows up and whines. And the whining is just of her own making. She's whining about, why do I suck so badly? That's really what her character is doing. And oh my god. Yeah, I know I'm ranting now at this point, and I'm probably not making any sense, but this is how far the show has pissed me off, to the point where I'm just kind of looking at this thing going, it has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. It's fucked up, 15 years worth of continuity of movies by literally completely wasting the setup from all those different movies into this series. And now how are you supposed to clean this up afterwards? Do you if the last episode, if everything just kind of goes away, how are you going to clean this up in the last episode? How are you going to move forward from here for the movies? Do you just kind of forget about it, kind of like a giant sentinel hand coming out of the earth? Do you just not acknowledge it, that it ever happened? I guess that's what you're going to have to do at this point. Yasi says, I'm so hopeful for the finale, too optimistic. Maybe I just enjoying watching Samuel L. Jackson every week. I honestly, you know what I ended up watching is I ended up watching the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard the other night. I like the Hitman's Bodyguard, which is a funny ass movie. If you haven't seen it, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. The sequel to it with Selma Hayek, in this one as well. Uh, Samuel Jackson, of course, being in this, and that's my Samuel Jackson fix. This show is not good Samuel Jackson. It really is not. This is Samuel Jackson taking a paycheck and calling it in, which he's done before, but not so much so as in this one. Um, yeah, Via's Gia. It's not Gaia, it's Gia. G apostrophe IAH is how they spell her name. Is a horrible character. And in the comics, Vara is supposed to be the princess of the scrolls. Um, and again, this is what happens when you tell your showrunner, don't read the comics, don't find out what actually is a good storyline. Um, go with your own boring storyline that makes no sense whatsoever and doesn't piece together the rest of the fucking movies. In fact, don't even watch the previous movies that came before it that you're basing everything on anyway, so you can fuck up continuity for everyone else that comes after you. That's how bad this is. Yeah. If anything, if there's any justice in the world, you know how Disney Plus has been removing series from their streaming, and so you can never ever watch them again. I'm hoping that's what happens to this series, that it just gets removed completely from the Disney Plus stream right after the last episode, and we never have to mention it ever again. It never happened. That's all they have to do. They can Zaslav it. All right, I'm done ranting. So yeah, this is the worst series that's out there right now. Fuck. I am not looking forward to next week's season finale because I know it's just going to be a shit show. It really is. What else is coming up? I know Ahsoka is coming up. Thank fucking Cthulhu that this is actually happening, because that'll save a lot of things. Oh, good. Futurama's coming out on the 24th. The Witcher season 3 part 2 is coming out July 27th. Harley Quinn season 4 is going to be on Max on July 27th, and yes, I'm covering that. The first 2 episodes are going to drop, and then I believe they're doing every episode thereafter. They're doing an episode a week thereafter. Also, Twisted Metal season 1 is going to be out on July 27th. I'm going to be covering that as well. That's over on Peacock. And then Ahsoka, of course, on August 23rd. So, yeah, I need something good to get this shit taste out of my mouth, is really what it is. Yes, I know I'm furious about this, Yasi. And the thing was, I watched it this morning, like early this morning, and you would think that it would have subsided by now. It didn't. I actually didn't think about it all day because I've been busy at work and everything. And now I'm just kind of going through it, and it's just been pissing me off more and more and more. And it's been building, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck this shit. I mean, this is a horrible, horrible fucking series. Yasi says, I just finished rewatching Rebels. You were right. It's still good. I know. It's very interesting how good that is. And Filoni says that Ahsoka is Rebel season 5, and I'm so fucking jazzed for it right now because he's writing it, and he did Rebels. And I'm looking forward to something good being on Disney Plus for a change. I really am. I really am looking forward to something good because yeah, this Marvel stuff ain't it at this point. Although, you know what? I like Quantum Mania, Ant-Man Quantum Mania. I know a lot of people didn't. I dug it. So I was okay with that. Yeah, the next superhero movie, it's Blue Beetle, which is going to be August 18th. And and then Loki season 2 is going to be in October. So, yeah. But yeah, the next Marvel movie is not until November 10th, and that's The Marvels. Ugh, that's going to be pretty horrible. We'll see what happens, if that's actually going to be a shit show or not. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll see. My blood is starting to simmer now, instead of, it's not at a boil anymore. So, what else is going on the rest of this week? This rest of the week is kind of light at the moment. I'm not going to be back on until Sunday. Just got too much going on during the week. So Sunday will be the the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Monday I'll be off. Tuesday I'll be off. And then, of course, Wednesday we roll it back around to the shit show that is Secret Invasion, the season finale, thankfully, of Secret Invasion. And hopefully they just cancel it after that. They just take it out of service, so no one can ever watch it ever again. Yeah. Actually, what is next week? I think, is that the 27th? There we go. And then, of course, next week is when Harley Quinn drops, and then also Twisted Metal drops. So I'll be covering those next week as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff next week, at least, to cover. Thankfully. All right. With that said, I want to thank you for joining me. Those of you in the chat, I know there's a few lurkers out there. And thank you if you watch this far in the video in this rant. Excuse me a second. Had a little something in my throat. I did not want to just start coughing. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight and you out there as well watching. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, take a look at go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, you know who you are out there. Take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And with that said, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everyone. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get extremely, extremely pissed off at a TV show for no good reason whatsoever, other than it just really sucks. The writing just really sucks in it. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again on Sunday. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, and just have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you over there on Sunday. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone. Good night.